In the very corner of Northern California, there is a county called Modoc that is deeply rooted in agriculture. It is a beautiful place with harsh winters compared to typical California standards. The only way of life there is a rural one. I grew up in Glenn County, and as the sixth generation of a California ranching family, I have been heavily involved in beef cattle production for all of my 21 years. When I was 16, my mother moved to Modoc County. She started her own successful ranch, growing hay and raising sheep with my stepdad, Bill. Together, they work hard every day to care for their animals and to provide a nutritious food source to urban areas. Growing up and working on my family's different ranches has taught me the true meaning of hard work, the deep-rooted bond between humans and animals, and the value of a dollar. There are some days that I wish I grew up like many of my friends, who never think about where their food comes from. But there are other days that make it all worth it. Modoc County is home to many different types of wildlife. Some are beautiful, rare, and appreciated, while others are less so. Coyotes have their benefits to the area, but when their numbers are high and their attention turns to bigger game, they become a devastating issue. My mother and Bill own 7 Great Pyrenees dogs that protect their sheep from predators. These guard dogs are deeply attached to their wards and constantly chase off coyotes. It costs over $400 each month just to feed these dogs, but they earn every penny back for us. Even with this incredible amount of dog power, lambs are still lost every year to coyotes. Other methods of defense we use are fence snares and rifles. These means of protection are controversial, but they truly are the most effective method to combat an overabundance of coyotes and are done as a last resort. Furthermore, the death of the coyotes is always quick and humane, especially when compared to the deaths of our sheep due to these vicious animals. Defending our sheep is not just a protection of livelihood, but it is also our responsibility as ranchers to do what is best for the animals in our care. Every February in Modoc County, hunters arrive from all over California to participate in the annual Coyote Drive. This hunt is done to help manage the surplus of coyotes in the area. It is also an important event to the small town of Aden in many more ways than one. This year, it was met with much opposition. Because of a disconnect between agriculture and the general population, most people from urban areas do not understand the devastating effects that predators can cause. They see predator management as nothing more than a heartless blood sport. Other protesters were worried that OR7, the lone wolf in California, might be accidentally shot. OR7 was in the area last year. He spent several weeks prowling the neighbors' cattle ranches next door. With a limited amount of wildlife to prey on, he became a distinct threat. However, there was nothing that could be done to prevent his actions. Contrary to common belief, coyotes are not at risk of becoming endangered, and nor are they the noble creatures that only prey on field mice that the general public perceives them as. But because the vast majorities of people who want large carnivores protected and in excess never have to actually see the problems that arise from this or deal with them, this misguided perception is unlikely to change. As the number of people who ranch to make a living declines each year, we must do everything in our power to protect those still in business. Predator management is one tool to help ensure we can continue our way of life. Ranchers are stewards of the land and play an important role in managing and conserving resources, all while providing food for the world and instilling wholesome values in the next generation. Ranching isn't just a job. It is a heritage and a lifestyle, and it should be respected by all who depend on us.